Hello to all my friends and family, and welcome to Jim's 5 a.m. club. I'm close to home. It's Saturday late afternoon and I'm at a park called Gooden Reserve. I live in the area. I've been living in the area for many years, but I haven't been down to this park for many years. Probably at least 10 years, maybe 15 years. But this park here was the park where my children used to do little athletics, and they used to play netball here as well when they were young children. And every Saturday we'd be down here either for little athletics throughout summer or for netball during the winter months, and we had an absolute ball. I loved being part of their lives, watching them grow, develop, and achieve as much as they could achieve on the sporting front. But yeah, it's a bolt hole for me. As I say, I haven't been down here for years, but now that my grandchildren are growing up, I may make it a point to come down here and just take a walk around here and just spend some time in these beautiful open spaces. So welcome to Jim's 5 a.m. club. I'd like to just do a bit of a walk and talk today and do something a little bit different today. What I'd like to do is take you through not a book summary, but something else which you'll probably find just as empowering, just as useful. When I was young, I came across Aesop's Fables. I remember there were cartoons on the television which would depict Aesop's Fables, and they all had a moral to the story. There was an opportunity to learn something new, and I absolutely love them. But it's only until recently that I discovered that Aesop has documented and accumulated, or did accumulate, many fables. In fact, believe it or not, there are at least 725 Aesop's fables that are available. They've been catalogued and they've been preserved for eternity. Aesop lived or died, passed away in the year 564 BC, and he lived in Delphi in Greece, and his contribution outlived him. His legacy continues on today and will continue on into the future. Look, there's little doubt that there are a lot of people who would have put fables together, who were great thinkers, were very practical. But it took one person in terms of Aesop, who was able to catalogue his work, preserve his work, and be survived by his works. 725 fables, 725 stories, 725 lessons on life, which is pretty impressive. Anyway, the fable that I'm going to talk to you about today, one of the many, and what I'll do is on Jim's 5 a.m. club, I will go through and unravel as many of the fables as possible, because I know that each of those fables is powerful and is a life lesson that we can all use and at least think about in our lives. All of these lessons are timeless. They're all applied lessons, and because there is a motto to each of the stories, then there's something that we can take away and use immediately if we wish to. So the fable that I'm going to talk about today is entitled The Wolf and the Dog. and I'll just paraphrase it as best I can. It won't be exactly as Aesop said it, but the important thing is just to get the gist of the message and to relive and learn the lesson. So basically there was a mangy old wolf and a plump, well-fed, handsome dog, and they met on the fringe of a town, and the wolf hadn't eaten for days and he was weak, and he looked like he was death warmed up, and the dog was prancing along and said to the wolf, you know, why do you insist on living a life where you have to fight day and night for your next meal? You know, why do you insist on living a tough existence, a tough life, whereas you can come and join me and live the life of Ryan, live a beautiful life. You know, I get fed every single day, I get watered every single day, I get taken to the vet, I get pampered, I get trimmed, I get washed, and in return all I need to do is just to wag my tail at the family that I reside with, bark at people who walk along the street, and basically, you know, just be a good house pet. And the wolf said, wow, that's interesting. And you get fed all the time? Yes, he said, every single day, without fail, at the same time every day, my master comes down and feeds me the finest meats and the finest scraps. You know, every single day I eat, and look at me, look, my belly is always full. And the wolf sat and thought and go, wow, that's exactly what I need at this stage of my life. So how do I become like you, he said. Well, the dog says, well, all you have to do is just follow me. I can take you to my master's place and we'll find a place for you to live. There are plenty of people who are looking for a house pet. And so they started walking towards the town. They were walking, slowly walking, and as they were walking, the wolf looks at the dog again and notices that on his neck some of the fur was missing. And he goes, what's wrong with your neck? And the dog says, oh, nothing, my neck's fine, it's all good, my neck's fine. You know, and he goes, well, why is the fur missing on part of your neck? Why does it look all chaffed and irritated? And the dog says, oh, look, it's nothing at all. All it is that's just the mark of my collar. And the wolf says, collar? What's a collar? And the dog says, oh, well, the collar is something that the owner places on me at night so that I don't run away and I stay at home to protect the house from people who may come and threaten us at night. And the wolf said, chained up, you're chained up at night? And the dog says, yeah, I'm chained up at night, but it's no big deal. Like, I sleep in my little house, and every now and then the owner lets me off my chain, just like just now, lets me off my chain for about 15-20 minutes, and I run around, go do a wee and a poo, and go back and get chained up again. And the wolf says, enough. I'd prefer to be free and starving than to be fat and a slave. And then he turned around and just went in the opposite direction. So what a powerful image, what a powerful story. what a powerful fable that is in terms of freedom. You know, the importance of being free. And I remember a quote, and all married men, all married people will probably relate, especially the men, to what I have to say now. And they say that freedom is such an important thing, especially to Greeks, but every culture in the world values freedom. But the Greeks always say, you know, freedom or death, daripitas, come back with your shield or on your shield. But the freedom quote that I read, which resonated very deeply with me, is that it's important to live a life where you're free to do what you want, when you want, with whom you want, and for as long as you want. The definition of freedom. So it's important to be able to live free range. And for many people, marriage is something which, like everything, it changes the dynamic. And you know, you need to compromise, you need to change your ways to a certain extent in order to fit in and to make your marriage work. But there are ways of living a married life and experiencing the freedoms. You just need to be able to work with your partner, ensure that your partner loves the things that you love and you love the things that they love, and that way you can both express the beautiful freedom of marriage. I mentioned on a previous vlog that I went to a wedding years ago. I was the best man at a wedding. Kostas Kathreptakis and Maria Kathreptakis. And after the wedding service, Father Stephen Skoutas was there. We were about to witness and sign the wedding certificate. And Costa, being the joker that he is, bravo Costa, said, "Oh, Father Stephen, I've lost my freedom. I've lost all my freedom." To which Father Stephen, a very, very smart man, a great orator, I absolutely love Father Stephen and his style. And a lot of the things that he says have stayed with me, and I use on a regular basis when I'm talking to people about marriage and other things. And he said, "Costa, don't worry, mate," he said, "you haven't lost your freedom. In fact, you've gained your freedom, because what you've done through marriage is that you've shattered the shackles of loneliness. You have obliterated and broken apart the shackles of loneliness, and now that you have a partner and you have a person to share your life with, and you will never ever feel lonely ever again, as long as you both work to improve each other's presence and life." A very powerful statement that Father Stephen made back then. But think about it. Now, we all have the ability to live our freedoms. A lot of people live in their own self-imposed prisons, even though they're single, even though they've got lots of money, even though they've got time on their hands. Many people don't end up doing what they want, when they want, with whom they want, and for as long as they want, because they're just caught up in the crap of life. They're just caught up in their past. They're worried about their future, and they're missing out on their now. So for a lot of us who are in my age group now, who are looking to retire over the next 5 or 10 years, you're free. You're free to live the life you want. But you've got to get off the couch. You've got to get out of the house. You've got to have dreams, you've got to continue to dream and to try and live those dreams, as opposed to just giving up and saying I'm too old, or I'm too tired, or that's not what I can do anymore, because it's not cool to do this, that and the other. You can do whatever you want, and my invitation to you is to live your life as best you can. What's the word I'm looking for? They say that it's important to live your life with dignity, and I say no, it's wrong. Don't live your life with dignity. Live your life without dignity. Now that you're at an age where you can just get up, do whatever you want, and enjoy your life, just live it and do whatever you can, as long as what you're doing is aligned to your values, your dreams, your goals, your actions, and whatever you do doesn't impact, insult, or disappoint the people around you. So let's finish off with a positive affirmation. I'm alive, I am well, and I feel absolutely great. To my friends and family, stay connected, stay relevant, stay reasonable, and stay alive. Stay alive, be alive, and be energetic. Be the person who you used to be as a kid. You know, don't give up. Don't give up on your liveliness, on your energy, and like Aesop's fable, you know, live free range. But do the things you want to do. You know, don't find excuses to not do things. Find excuses to do things. Find excuses to live and do the things you want to do, when you want to do it, with whom you want to do it, and for as long as you want to do it. You have the capability to do it. No, don't sit at home wondering. Just get up, get out, and do it. Call up a mate, call up family, call up whoever, but don't waste the opportunity, because as we say time and time again, today, now, will never ever come back in your life. What you don't do today, what you put off till tomorrow, may never happen. So do whatever you can, when you can, and for as long as you can, and follow that wolf, and live the life, the free life that you deserve to live, as long as we said that it doesn't impact, insult, hurt people around you. You know what I mean. You know what I'm getting at. Anyway, take care. Sasagapao, and I wish you all the very best. And thank you for joining me on Jim's 5 a.m. Club. Tomorrow I'll come to you from a different destination with a different message. And over time, we'll get through Aesop's Fables. And who knows, I may eventually get to my 1,000 vlogs and leave a legacy of my own. And I encourage you, I encourage you to start vlogging, start your own YouTube channel, and leave your legacy, because we all have knowledge, we all have wisdom, we all have experiences, and we all have a different view of the world, which is worth sharing at the end of the day. And if people don't want to listen to it, they don't have to listen to it. You can just scroll on, you can switch it off, but make the most of this technology. We have wonderful technology. The iPhone 12 Pro Max that I have has Dolby sound, and it has high definition video. What more do you need? You don't need a production studio. You can do your own videos, and then you can edit it if you wish. But what I do with Jim's 5 a.m. Club is I come unscripted, uncensored, unedited, unorganized, everything, because I want to have an authentic channel with an authentic message which comes straight from the heart without having to think about what I'm going to say, because I want it to be raw and I want it to be natural. Anyway, take care, yasas, and we'll chat again. And thank you once again for joining me on Jim's 5 a.m. Club. Bye for now. Take care. See you tomorrow. Bye.